And we are live because I clicked it far too soon. Hello and welcome, Echoes, to Once Upon a Reflection, episode 15. This is a Cypher system-based fairy tale TTRPG. I am Evie, the Disaster GM, as you might be able to tell, just a little bit disastrous here. My pronouns are she, they, or any, and I am the game runner for this fine group. Let's go ahead and go down the line, and of course, as soon as I switch over, OBS switched the meets cameras again. Just a second.
Oh, I get to be Thorn tonight. Cool.
Not anymore. Now you're fixed. What the fuck? It's like every other stream. Like every other stream, it randomly flops them. I don't know why. Anyway. Let's go ahead and go down the line, starting with Alina, who is now in their correct spot.
It's me. Hello. I am Alina, and I will be playing Sev and Vrak tonight. We are all they, them. And Sev is a charming trickster who wears a crown of ice.
Ooh.
Whatever that means.
Joel?
Hello, I am Joel. I use any pronouns. And I'm going to be playing Senior Fluffington, who is a rugged Chihuahua, who is one with beasts, and is going through it. But when are my characters not going through it is really the question.
That is a personal choice on your part as a player.
And I love it every step of the way.
Yeah. Like, it at a certain point, you've got to find that common denominator.
It's me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
Anyway, last but certainly not least, Amanda.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda, aka Pandacabra. Tonight I'll be playing Rosa and Thorn. All three of us use she, her pronouns, and Rosa and Thorn are a resilient explorer princess who masters the swarm.
Very cool, very fun. So we've got our ice elf, we've got our bug elf, and we've got our witch wawa. So wonderful.
We're back.
Yeah, we are back. Thank you for tuning in, if you did, to our little throwback episode that we had last time due to player absence, where you got to see some figures from the history of this setting and a event that was taking place long, long ago. But we are back with episode 15, the continuation of the last time we left off with these three particular characters. This particular game runs every other Friday at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Barring any potential interruptions due to scheduling mishaps and or prior obligations. As we do simulcast, don't forget to follow if you are watching on Twitch. Join the realm if you are watching on Moonbeam, or like and subscribe if you are watching this on YouTube. So that you can be notified whenever we go live with this or other campaigns. You will also notice from our overlay that we are raising funds for the Trans Women of Color Collective, TWOCC. It has a mission to uplift the narratives, leadership, and lived experiences of trans and gender non-conforming people of color while building towards the collective liberation of all oppressed peoples. Hundreds of anti-trans bills have been proposed across the U.S. this year. Donate if you can. Check them out via their link that will be in chat if you are watching on Twitch, or in description if you are watching on YouTube. And if one of my players that happens to be on Moonbeam would like to copy and paste it over into the Moonbeam chat, since commands don't work there yet, that would be highly appreciated. Does anyone else have any special announcements or anything before we get into the session?
Yes, it looks like we're not streaming on Moonbeam.
What the actual fuck?
Oh no!
Stop and start. Trying.
It's a new service and we're new to using it, so.
Yeah, they also are having auto log off issues right now that they're working their way through because it's an open beta.
Right.
So if it is not able to go through to Moonbeam, then I will probably try to drop a link to the YouTube video into our Moonbeam realm. But if it's open, it should be working now, potentially, maybe. No?
I'm assuming we are streaming to Anywhere Door, the Monty Cook's streams. Yes. Okay, it says there are no live streams currently.
Okay, I am going to, in that case, just stop the connection there so that it doesn't stutter start. And hopefully it is
link.
Also on YouTube. Let's see if it's streaming on to YouTube. Not currently streaming to YouTube. What the hell?
Come on, OBS.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yep.
I'm squinting at you aggressively, OBS. Should be working. Well, hopefully you're able to catch us on Twitch, since the OBS plugin that is providing multi-streaming services to us is not working right now. So I'm going to blame that more on the plugin than on Moonbeam. But for now, welcome. Hi, sorry. Let's go ahead and roll into the session with all of those various problems and glitches out of the way. As a reminder, this and a content warning, the archives would like to let you know that this is an adult content rated game with adult language, depictions of violence and gore, possible mentions of loss or trauma, and or similar content. We do our best not to cross each other's lines, but for those watching, you have been warned. It has been a while. We last time had resolved / gotten out of that battle with the Death Hag at the castle. explored a little bit and found the records room where you discovered some minor details about what was happening at the castle prior to the whole Death Hag invasion, we'll call it. And with that in mind, knowing that you would need to potentially be caring for the laurels that she had been siphoning power from in the garden for at least 3 days, Vrak and Thorn opted to go back to the real world to attempt to send some sort of communication to those who know them, to have an alibi of some kind as to where they had been. Unfortunately, Vrak and Thorn did not manage to go to the same location. So while Vrak did actually make it to a section area of New Bastion, it was not at the same place and same time as Thorn slash Sev and Rosa. So Sev did attempt to make their way to Rosa's apartment where they had been before. Rosa eventually, after I believe sending a text, went back to Fairy Tale Land and dropped in on their aunties with the intention of attempting to gather some more information, because the aunties had been the ones who had warned her about the Death Hag and the Hag's Forest previously. Discussions and various baked goods were had at the auntie's cabin. Thorn also took a little bit of a nap and discovered that they have a storage room of various strange and magical artifacts. Sev left a note and a lipstick print on Rosa's mirror after having, gotten into their apartment, and did manage to utilize the reflection to not just travel, but find Senor Fluffington, and watched as Senor Fluffington, while waiting for them, sat and began to attempt to connect to this strange thing that had been awoken or brushed against in some fashion by the Death Hag while they were fighting her. He ran through the woods, howled in mourning, potentially, in anguish, in anger, we don't know, because Sev was watching and had no clue what was happening, before eventually trudging back to the garden and sitting to wait in watch for the friends that had left and gone somewhere. Sev rolled a nat 20, or used a nat 20 rather, to pop out of the golden watering can's reflection just underneath Senor Fluffington, and proceeded to first startle and then be completely covered in big ol' wolfy kisses, because Senor Fluffington was so excited to see them. And while they sat waiting, because Senor Fluffington was determined to not sleep and just wait until Thorn had returned, Senor Fluffington word vomited their concerns and the strange experiences that they had had from the Death Hag at Vrak, and then attempted once more to connect to whatever it was that had been called from within him. And we left on that vision. The vision of being someone else or something else, being called by a different name. The vision fading and then brightening again, and remembering that first time that Senor Fluffington had made it to fairy tale land with his boy, with Pedro. And we come in, we roll in, as Vrack sits there with the chair that they have dragged out to the garden and the laurels, with Senor Fluffington, the crystals across his wolfy body glowing slightly and spreading just a little bit, seeming almost larger even than usual, and staring off into space, unseeing, whining just a little bit.
Yup.
Hey, you good there, bud? You got kind of like I don't know, like a thing going on.
I don't know that he's fully out of it yet, to be honest. I think he's still
Yeah.
just like lost in whatever the fuck is going on. At least for now. Um
I will. Brack just continue to sit in this chair and like. Were you leaning up against their legs or like sitting beside them? I don't remember where you were.
I think I'm still by the flowers at this point.
Okay. So you just like wandered off to the edge of the garden to have a moment.
I think after a couple of minutes, if nothing else happens, Saint Falkington will just kind of almost like return. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Big burp. Didn't want to burp in your ear, so anyway. Um. You just hear him say, "Juan," just almost like tasting like trying the name out as like trying to figure out what it is or where it's from or something like that. It's less of a statement or more of a pondering, if that makes sense.
One what, bud?
Um. Uh. No, Juan, like a name.
Oh, one. Yeah.
I'm so angry that the captions are saying one and not Juan.
One.
Juan.
One.
Juan. Okay. Anyway. Um. Sorry, I don't know why that's bothering me so much. What did you say?
I was like, oh, one. Okay, like a name. Cool. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Um.
You all right, little buddy? You got like I don't know. You got like something going on.
I. I don't. I don't know. I think. I think I just saw one die.
That's that's not your kid, is it?
No. Pedro's my kid.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Um. No, Juan is dad.
Like the dad of the family you live with? Not like your dog dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever meet your dog dad? Like, are we just like just the puppy on the street
Um.
in a pet shop? I don't know. I don't know where you came from.
I don't. I don't know. I don't.
Hmm.
I don't. I don't know.
I bet you were a really
But
fucking cute puppy though. Probably really cute, like tiny and shit. Would have been awesome.
yeah. Um. There
I'm
is.
sorry you're
Hmm, It's you know that thing that happened the other time, where I saw a memory, but it wasn't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, it's like that, but again, um,
Like not like deja vu,
I
like
don't know
a
what that is. Is that a
like a
dog?
vision or something, like a premonition.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wow. That's gonna be a rough one to explain. Huh. You ever feel like you did a thing before, but you hadn't done that thing before?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Must be like a human thing. I don't know. Anyway, do you think like the dad of the family, he's gone, right? Or did he like? Did you see him die now, or did he die like years ago? Or I mean, I'm sorry he's gone.
Yes. Sort of like both. Because well, we haven't seen him in a long time, but I just saw him in my precognition.
So I'm more like a vision than like deja vu, I think.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
I
God, where the fuck is Rosa? She'd be really good at this. I've never done like psychotherapy on a dog before, so like forgive me if I'm kind of shit at it.
I don't know what that is.
Your
I mean, neither do I, obviously.
your wolf is also gradually starting to wear off
Right.
because remember they're only in hour
Mhm.
long stints.
Yeah.
And as it does, first the crystals that had lined your spine and had grown across your shoulders and down your chest and were showing on your face finally. First, those melt into your body, and then it shifts, and gradually you change back into Senor Fluffington the way that they had initially met you, with the clothing, and the little bandana. The eyes are different.
Hmm.
They seem almost lighter.
I am gonna roll intelligence to see if Rack even notices. They're not good at this.
Yeah.
That's a 10? Maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, like Senor Fluffington might just look a little odd because, it's been a while. It's been a rough period of time. You're not really sure. Um, there's something off, but you're not sure what.
So Rack's just staring at you very intently, like they're trying to remember something.
I think as he shifts into the humanoid form, he's also staring at his hands a lot. But it's how do I how do I phrase this? Um, sort of like he's discovering that he has hands for the first time.
Uh, huh. Hey, Fluffy, do you feel like you're like, I don't know, you just, it's weird. And I'm trying to figure out if it's like the fairy shit is messing with our heads weird or if it's just something going on. But like, do you feel like shit. If you were a person, I would be like, do you feel like you're a little bit high right now? But like, I don't know how to ask you that. Um, did you ever go to the vets and then they made you sleepy? And then when you woke up again, you feel weird, like that.
Um, yeah, that's happened before.
Okay, do you feel like that right now?
Uh, no,
Hmm.
it's
Anyway, you look like you're tripping out a little bit. Maybe I'm tripping out, and I don't know if it's just because like this garden's fucked up or what. It might just be that it's a fucked up night. We kind of like fought a hag and shit.
I don't think so. Or well, maybe.
I mean, we did fight a hag. You remember that part, right?
Twice.
Yeah. We didn't die though, so that's good.
Do you know when something touches you, do you feel that on the inside all the time?
Uh, you gotta be clearer than that, buddy.
Um, well, when the hag when we were dealing with the lady, it was like she touched me inside.
Hi.
To be clear, I'm not. It's not. I'm not being weird.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
this is the
yeah.
only.
Yeah,
I'm a chihuahua.
it's a chihuahua. I get it. I get it. It's
This
just
is the
funny.
only words he knows.
Wow, shit! I wish for Rosa was here. Like in your brain?
Like here, and he touches his like chest.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Like your like art and shit, or like emotions. Like you feel sad. You
Right?
feel like bad.
Can you please give me an intellect roll?
Hmm?
Yeah. History, memory, connections, that type of thing.
I in
oh,
fact am penalized.
Yes, you
I
are.
am bad at remembering things.
wonderful. So excited about this.
Do I remember? Nope, that one.
Not one. It seems
Please
Amazing.
give me
familiar.
misinformation.
It seems familiar. You've definitely had someone, like, touch you on an emotional level before. You didn't think, however, that someone trying to kill you guys and like
Oh, man.
blanketing in an area in shadows would like touch, of all things, a chihuahua in an emotional and deep manner.
I mean, I'm not a. What do I know about dogs, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
strange, but hey, if that was a meaningful and insightful experience for Senior Fluffington, who are you to judge?
Hey, man. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, and Brock will like throw an arm around your shoulders. Be like, hey, hey. You know what? Like, I know how it is. You know, you got to brush with death, and it kind of like makes you feel shit, and you kind of feel bad, but kind of maybe good because you're still alive. And that's usually,
No, I've
when you
almost
go out
died
to party and
before,
shit.
but no, this is different.
Hmm.
Yeah, one time an eagle tried to fly off with me. Um,
Yeah, I guess that's pretty dangerous for you,
but
huh?
I
Oh
was
shit,
too
we gotta get
fast.
you one of those spike coats with like the little anti-eagle spikes, and then you'll look cool as shit.
Those are a thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta get you some anti-eagle spikes. That's gonna be great. But like, I know, a big fight like that can make you feel stuff. So whatever you're feeling, man, it's cool. Just be yourself. Let it out. Do whatever you got to do.
Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Hmm.
Red
In the
will like give you a little
meantime,
squeeze and then let you go
yeah,
because they
in the
have no idea what
meantime,
they're doing.
in a
So quick.
completely different area of the fairy tale world, Thorn, you have like stretched, you have started to like really wake yourself up. It was a good nap. It wasn't like a full rest. You only took about an hour-ish. But it was a decent nap. It was nice and relaxing. You felt safe here. You know that one of your aunties is off stalling by like trying to get you some supplies. Um, because they're afraid to let you go back to the scene of your almost death. Um, are you going to kind of sneak out instead of letting them continue to stall? Or are you going to just kind of wait around for them to finally give you whatever it is that they were going to give you as supplies that would help?
Is it okay if I take a third option, which is I just confront them about stalling?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so I would like to like wander downstairs. I assume um
And they
the
are
three of them
huddled together,
are.
talking
Mm-hmm,
instead of doing anything.
mm-hmm. And I just say, "Hello, I'm awake."
Oh, hello. Uh, we were just, how are you feeling?
Refreshed, ready
Good.
to go.
And, like, one of them flits over to, like, finish making up what seems to be a almost picnic basket worth of food. Um, and then you see, um, Sage, like, flitter up to you. So, do you have to leave? Hello, Rev. Do you have to leave?
I'm afraid I do. I am a guardian, so I feel like the last thing I need to do is stay here.
I understand. I understand. And she, like, initially just looks down and is like, control yourself. Like, you can see, like, the internal battle of control yourself. Stop doing this. Um, and then she looks you over again, like, pats you down a couple of times. So we're just getting together your food, a little bit of food for you to take back with you for the others as well. And we've got a couple of other small supplies. And is there anything else that you might need?
How about a hug for the road?
Of course. She hugs you, and then, like,
Mm-hmm.
as the other aunties see that, oh, it's hugging time, like, it's like you finish with one and then the other one is like there just coincidentally happens to be around, and it starts over again. And then the next one, like, just kind of shoves, not necessarily shoves her away, but like shoves her away, like, go on, go on, go on, you're in the middle of something. And then, like, it's like making sure that she doesn't stall any further, and then promptly turns around and, like, drags you into a hug as well, also having been in the middle of getting something ready for you prior to, like, ushering away one of the others. So it's kind of what you expected from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then excitement dog in the background. Are you comfy, dog? There we go. That was weird from my camera. All I did was turn.
Okay, so you didn't just get incredibly close to the camera
No, I just went
No,
like this.
and then dramatically zoomed out.
just the
Yeah.
dramatic zoom out. I'm sorry, that got me.
Thanks,
That was
random
so good.
camera. What the fuck? Um,
Ooh.
okay.
So,
Because no one needs to be that close.
so now that I've been kind of told about being able to sort of see through the reflections, am I able, and this is more of a question as a player to GM, am I able to then sort of contact them through the mirror if possible?
You can certainly try. You did fail the last time you tried to find them through the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a new day. So this would be the same task, same attempt. So that will make it more difficult every time you try. And I think you tried twice.
I have already tried twice.
Yes.
But
So
because I was going to be like whatever the fairy tale equivalent of like I will keep in touch is
Okay.
what I was going to do.
okay. You know that there are passages that you can take even in fairy tale land to get back to here without having to pass through the real world. You have not tried to speak to them remotely in that fashion before, though one of them will have contacted you, like, kind of remotely through some manner that it's been years, so you don't quite remember what. So you know that it's possible. You just don't have the means for it yourself.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to do like the don't cry because I will start crying. Like I will be in touch sort of
Yeah.
goodbyes
Oh, yeah.
that are happening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will promise I will return and I'll make sure to bring the others next
Okay.
time.
All right. They were
So
not super impressed with your companions previously, as you are very well aware of. But they just like, all right, yeah, of course. They are as welcome here as you are.
they are guardians too, so you know,
Yes.
don't really have a choice.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'll try to talk to Vrac about the language.
So, here's some food. Here's, we've packed you a couple of things that might come in handy, as well as one of our folding picnic blankets. So that should make things a little bit easier when you are having to sleep outside of the cottage. Which you know that the picnic blankets fold up into like a tiny little square and then expand and expand and expand and expand.
Thank you so much. I will do my best to make y'all proud.
You always do. So you go to a reflection. What do you do?
Yes, I'm going to try to go back. At this point, I don't think I know where Vrac or Senor Fluffington are.
Yeah.
So I'm probably have to go back to the real world and figure that out again.
Yeah. So you don't know where Vrac is.
Mm-hmm.
You know that Senor Fluffington is waiting for you guys, though. And at this point, it's been several hours.
I should check in on Fluffy then.
So you're going to pop in, pop out?
Yes.
Okay. So getting back to the real world is a fairly simple role for you because of how frequently you visit this location. It's just going to be a difficulty 2.
Good, because that was a 9.
All right. So without fail, to a lovely just after dawn sky, you emerge from the small pond that's in that little park that you usually go to get to here. Sky's a little overcast, but still pretty with the sunrise. You're also, once again, right next to a reflective surface to attempt to pass through to get to wherever it is that you want to go. Or you can make a difficulty 7 scry.
Ooh, okay, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because
that's not possible.
Yeah, because you've
That's
already
not
tried.
possible.
Yeah, you've already tried twice again, so you would have to like apply effort to even succeed on the scry.
So I'm just going to go to the reflection and try to get my way back to Fluffy.
Okay, that is going to be a difficulty 3 because there's not a lot of reflective surfaces around the castle currently.
It was only a 2.
That was only a 2. Yeah, it was only a 2. All right. Was not an out 1, which is good. You emerge from a reflection, another lake or pond. It is that swing up type of motion that you are used to from emerging from a body of water, because you do that so frequently when visiting your aunts. Looking around, you're on the shore of an island.
This isn't quite right, is it?
Mm-mm.
What do I see on the island?
Give me an observation.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an observation roll. That was a nat 20.
Nat 20. Looking around, it's an island on a lake. You glance up and you realize that you made it to your princess is in another castle in the correct area, but still a decent walk / you don't have a boat to get from the island back to shore. But you got close. You made it close to where you're supposed to be.
But I'm stuck on this island. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Don't really want to swim my way across. I'm assuming it's gonna be quite a swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that there were boats that were supposedly meant for taking the princesses there and back again in the tale. You can see if you can find.
In distress.
Yeah, you can see if you can find a boat, because meta information, your presence was the only reason why a boat appeared when you were at the other shore, because you were the only femme presenting individual that was present when you guys approached the dock.
Princesses can make boats appear.
I'm going to do that. I'm just going to be like, oh no, I am a princess and I'm stuck on this island. How do I get off?
Okay, so you're just like walking the shore.
Yeah, I'm
saying
just like,
this and like being like,
woe
oh,
is me.
oh, woe is
I
me.
need to get to the castle.
All right.
Be so glad Vrack is not right there right now. You would never live this down.
If Senior Fluffington saw this, he would try it.
Yeah, of course.
Princess Fluffington, yeah.
Yep. So you're walking along the island shore, and you like get to the point where you can kind of see the castle that's up at the crest of the island, and the little dock that you guys had initially almost docked at. And you're being dramatic and nearly swooning and saying this repeatedly. Go ahead and give me a magical luck roll.
12?
12? I'll call that good enough. That's above
Okay.
average. So you get to the docks, and that's when it finally happens. Because you, like, walk for a good 5 or 10 minutes to get to the other side, because you were even on the wrong side of the fucking island.
Naturally.
You rolled a 2. You rolled a 2.
I got in the area. That's
You got
good
in
enough
the
for
area.
me.
Yeah. So you get finally to where the docks are, which is where the boats would typically be. And just like when you had gotten to that one long dock after the path through the gold and silver and crystalline orchard, and it rises from the water spilling over the sides, and as it just kind of lightly knocks against one of the posts of the dock, it's bone dry inside. Pair of oars, and you've got a boat. Got no one else to help you with the boat, but you've got a boat.
I am gonna take the boat.
Okay.
Gonna step in, and I don't know if I need to like be like, oh, I need to get to the castle, and
Do you try that?
I have, yeah, I do. I'm going
Princesses
to try
don't
that.
row their own boats.
So you sit there going, oh no, I need to get to the castle. I need to get home. The dawn has arrived. And you're like going through this super dramatically, and nothing happens. Like, it's probably another couple of minutes of you just being like, and nothing.
Okay, and this time I'm just like, okay, I see how it is, and I just begrudgingly grab the oars and start trying to row my way.
Okay.
I'm assuming I'm gonna need some kind of athletics check or
Yeah,
whatever.
give me a might-based check.
Yeah. That was also a 12.
12. All right, so you're making decent time. You're able to keep the heading fairly direct. You're not like speedboating across the lake, but you make some decent time. So we'll kind of run through this a little faster, unless you wanted to try and like pick stuff from the like magical orchard on your way. It's just you eventually get to the docks. You eventually make your way along the road and find that same stairwell that leads up into the 12 princesses' bedroom and everything. Did you want to stop and do anything along the way?
I feel like I'm pretty determined to get back to Fluffy, so
Okay.
I'm probably just beelining
Okay. So
at this
it's
point.
probably another 45 minutes-ish of having to walk down the very long road, because it's all of that, and then you have to walk the road, and then you have to walk up the stairwell, and you make it into the princess's bedroom, which you have not seen since the hag was dispersed. So looking around, it's old and a little worn with time, but not as gloomy and not as tattered, almost even, as when the shadows were there. It gets a beautiful, beautiful effect from the morning sun for that near wall of windows that you had almost been attacked at. And you can see the signs of your previous fight, the signs of your previous struggle, but you can also see that all of the beds there are still in fairly decent order, other than the one that had been damaged, and still have their beautiful silk sheets and everything. No sign of the shadows. Walking through, attempting to remember the path down, you're now finally able to see what the hallways and everything look like. They're a little, I wouldn't say barren, but almost picked through, because of how long the castle has been either in disuse or in the effects of the hag. You're not sure. But you do see signs of what had previously been there before you eventually make your way out to Senor Fluffington and Vrac, probably about 20 or 30 minutes after we last left you guys. So whatever comfort slash sleep had been going on there.
I imagine Vrac didn't get anywhere with trying to figure out what was up with Senor Fluffington. So they just gave up at a certain point and they're kicked back in their chair with their guitar in their lap and they're just playing something vaguely comforting.
Okay.
Not their usual metal, just like a nice melody.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Senor Fluffington is just sitting by the plants,
Okay.
just staring at his hands still.
Okay. So eventually, instead of like appearing through one of the reflections on the golden items that are used to care for the laurels, Thorn comes from the kitchen carrying a bundle with her, but has finally appeared. It is very early morning. It's maybe 40-ish minutes or so past sunrise.
Right. Yo, where the fuck did you go?
I was trying to get to the real world and didn't see you. So I tried to go and find you, couldn't find you, so I went back to the cottage for a bit.
You didn't go home though, right? Like to your apartment? Because I looked for you there.
No.
Okay, cool. So we didn't like just miss each other or anything.
No, I mean, it sounds like we might have, but no.
Yeah. No, I don't know, when we went through the reflection, I wound up back where we came in, but like I don't know where you went.
Yeah,
So
well,
I went
I
looking for you.
Yeah, tried to make it back here, ended up about back theirs, but you know, hey, I'm here now. And yeah,
This mirror shit sucks.
what's wrong with Fluffy? It just immediately just notices demeanor's different.
I don't know, to be honest. I'm trying to figure it out, but they've been acting really weird, so like maybe you should like figure it out or something. I don't know. I'm real good with dogs.
Hey, Fluffy.
Hello.
Go ahead and give me an observation roll.
Yeah.
Please roll better than practiced.
19.
Better than a natural one, yeah.
Yeah.
19, minor effect. Very good. Senor Fluffington is sitting, so it's hard to tell, but you rolled a 19. A little taller, just a little bulkier, not quite as like skinny and gaunt. Where there had previously been warm brown eyes that you associated with the Chihuahua, you now see hazel. And just looks. There's just something other than the physical changes that. There's something about them. There's just something that strikes you as different that you're not able to place. It's some sort of air or feeling about them.
Were they like this when you showed up?
Yeah. And like, no, but like even spacier, like if they were human, I would say they were tripping out or something. They said that the hag, like something about the hag touched their heart, like made them feel stuff. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but like they've been real spacey since then. I don't know what's up.
Oh.
I might have learned some information about that, but
Okay.
so I talked to my aunties about the hag, and it's not great. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, nothing in here is. Everything
Yeah,
Fairyland
no.
fucking sucks.
I'm trying again, player to GM. It was something about that a part of the hag stays with you, if I remember correctly. I just need a bit
So,
of a refresher.
so it was that a part of the hag's power stays with you if you are injured by her shadows. It's basically like a scar or a cursed scar. Um, I believe I also typed the information to you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yes, yes. Let me
let's
check
see.
that GM.
Ooh,
A scar from
really
the
glad I didn't get
shadows.
stabbed.
Yeah, more specifically, a scar from the shadow's touch is said to stay with you forever. While you may heal, while you may survive, when the hag is near, they are said to burn with the aching emptiness of death that she commands, like ice in
Yes,
your
yes, yes.
veins where the shadows laid their mark.
Oh, that's it?
That seems bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's not
something worse.
great. Fluffy, can you look here for a second? And I'm literally like, as I've noticed that the eye colors change, I do kind of want to do like a little like vision test because I'm like, that's weird.
You're a vet.
Okay,
Such a
okay.
vet.
Sure.
Yeah, you can see my fingers moving, right? Like follow my finger.
He's following the finger.
Okay, that normally doesn't. I've never seen that happen. That's weird. Um, so what
Which,
happened while I was?
Vrac, to you, you're seeing uh, Thorn do a very obvious, like, follow this vision tracking test that
Yeah.
is common to, like, concussions. And did not express what was weird, just that's weird. I've never seen that before. And looking at Fluffy's eyes, they're tracking it. So apparently, Thorn has never seen a dog successfully manage to pass
Pass
a
this
concussion
test.
test. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know vet shit.
Yeah.
I'm just let her do her thing.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just want to make sure that the your eyes are a different color.
Mine?
Yeah,
Are
Are
they?
they?
yeah. They're normally not this bright. Like they look hazel almost.
What say so?
It's kind of like green, but like not really.
Oh,
Dogs can see green, right? Like I'm asking as a player, dogs can see green, right?
Kind of.
Can't really see red. Red ball on green grass is just the same color as the grass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just something different. I agree.
You think
I know.
But
the hag like
you like feel okay though, right? Like you're not like hurt.
No, no, I'm hurt. I think.
Physically, I
you were
mean,
hurt,
Um,
dude?
and I look back at my hands. I don't. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I am.
Uh, Chihuahua?
I I look back for I'm like Chihuahua werewolf.
Yeah.
Werewolf sounds familiar.
Werewolf sounds familiar. Hmm.
Yeah, I said like that was the first thing I said when I met you. It's like fucking sweet, man. You're like a badass werewolf. I love that.
When you say you don't know what you are, what are you meaning?
It's like there's like it's at the tip of my tongue, and I can't say it, and I don't know how to explain it further than that.
Shit,
you
what was the name you said? The name before. What was the
Juan.
thing that you said? Juan? Juan.
Juan.
Yeah, they're like obsessed with
Juan.
Juan. Juan's a big thing. I don't know. It's like the first thing they said when they were in a trance.
Yeah. I'm gonna just explain what happened. Let's go ahead to having explained.
In full detail or just like
In
scattered?
scattered,
like the way Fluffington would explain it.
Yeah.
Let us know what you say, because that'll make a big difference.
Okay. So, like I told Brock, the hat touched me, but like inside, and I felt
Don't laugh.
something,
Don't laugh.
and I felt something strange. So then I,
Sorry. Sorry. I'm really sorry.
I love that this is very much in character for Vrac.
and then when you two were gone, since I kind of got bored, I tried to connect with whatever that was, and then I saw a prison where I was Juan.
Oh, you
And
didn't tell me that.
No, I did. I did tell you it was like
Oh.
like a memory that wasn't.
Oh no, you said you were at the vet.
No,
Like a bad place that you were stuck in, and I thought it was like the vet.
I don't think I was in. I don't know where I was. I was
Okay,
fighting
cool.
something bad.
Were Fluffy, when you say that you saw this, like when you looked at, were you or were you like us, a human?
As a player, I don't fucking know how to answer that question.
I might be going a little too.
Yeah, this is
Okay,
too big for
so-
Fluffington.
So for Senior Fluffington, like as a player, Senior Fluffington saw it from first person perspective.
Yes.
So you during the someone was touching you, you could feel the little gnome creature with their hand on your stomach, but your body was weak enough to where you couldn't like lift your hands. You couldn't see what your body looked like. So you saw it as if you were experiencing it. And then when it flashed to the different scene to Senor Fluffington and Pedro, initially you saw Senor Fluffington and Pedro, and then you were Senor Fluffington and Pedro.
I have forgotten that last part.
Mm.
I don't think I was me, but I was seeing it.
Okay, I tried to explain deja vu to a dog and it didn't go well. So like, you're gonna have to handle this one.
Well, to be
Deja
fair,
food.
I've deja vu. To be fair, I've also never had to explain deja vu to a dog. I don't know if I can explain it to a human. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think it's deja vu though. It sounds more like a vision.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe I could work with that.
Maybe?
Wait, Fluffy, you said that like you saw but you didn't see. Like, what did you mean? Like you were there but not really. Like you saw yourself?
No, man, I don't think Senior Fluffington has the words for this.
You should make like a little whine noise. Stare at the sky.
It's like it's like the time somebody took me in and thought I was like some other Chihuahua, but wasn't. Where I was like, I was seeing, but I wasn't eye.
You saw yourself?
No,
But, like, from the outside?
no, I wasn't there. I was. Well, so I could. I was. It was like a memory, but I wasn't in the memory. This is the best you're gonna get out of him. I'm gonna be honest.
You guys are also probably very exhausted because
Yeah, we've been
other
up
than
Yeah.
like a little 1 hour nap from each of you and no rest for Senor Fluffington because Senor Fluffington didn't take the 1 hour rest, you guys still haven't fully recovered from the death hag. You haven't slept.
I do have it marked, but I don't know if it was. I think it was immediately after the fight. So not
Yeah, I
overnight.
think you like just
I
kind of relaxed instead
think-
of sleeping.
Yeah.
I think the solution as a professional, my opinion is that Senor Fluffington needs a nap.
I think we all need a nap, but I think one of us should stay up.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
No, you sleep.
No,
You go to sleep. Oh shit, is that food? Did you bring food? I'm fucking
I did.
starving.
I did bring food.
You need more food in your fridge because like there was nothing but cheese. And I kinda
Yeah,
ate
I
some of the
meant to go
cheese.
shopping the other day and I just never got around to it. So I just kind of, you know how it be.
Oh yeah, I was at your house and I like took some of your shit, but that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, thanks for telling me.
Also, at least now the food won't go bad from you being gone for an indeterminate period of time. As you unwrap the bundle, I'm assuming still right out in the garden, you find like a small open basket instead of like a picnic basket filled with a variety of biscuits, preserved meats, cheese, a number of fruits, and like a couple of small jars of what you assume are some sort of jelly or compote. One of them also seems to be wax paper wrapped compound butter that has like herbs mixed into it. That they like had provided to you. You also find a book with a piece of paper sticking out of it, and what else did they say they were going to give you?
God powers.
Yeah.
Okay, then you asked for that to be pinned.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
But yeah, so like the book, the food, the blanket, they gave that to you.
That little,
So there's a little square of folded fabric tucked into it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to eat it out here, or do you want to like take it inside, get comfortable?
Maybe you take Senior Fluffington inside. I'll like stand guard, but I need some food or something because
Okay.
I'm hungry.
I'm not leaving the flowers.
No, it's
Fuck.
cool. I'll watch. You go to sleep, man.
Well, he can. We can make a bed on the blankets here.
Cool.
It's comfortable. I've slept on this blanket. I know it's comfortable.
Yeah. There were also a number of pillows in that room of the 12 princesses that you would be able to go up and gather from. There were a couple of sitting rooms that you guys had found while exploring that would also have pillows. I believe that is where Vrak got the one chair that has already been like literally dragged, like screeching on the ground.
Yeah, that was where he had to
time.
carry me because I physically couldn't move.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end of that fight,
'Cause I
after I got
threw
hit
a-
by a potted
threw an
plant.
entire monster at you.
Yeah. So there's a couple of places that you would be able to find like cushions and pillows to make it more comfortable outside.
So what I'm hearing is that we're making a pillow fort.
You can.
Yes.
In the garden.
Yeah.
All right. So roll for pillow fort.
Nice.
I only rolled a 2.
So it's a shitty one.
You're really tired. You're just throwing shit on the ground.
Yeah, so
She's just
Thorn is
Toss
just
it in
like,
a
yeah,
ball.
it's really comfortable. Like, just kind of tosses the little folded square of fabric that's like this big at you, and then goes in and starts like dragging out a variety of cushions and pillows and just kind of throwing them in the general direction, like, this'll do.
Frank just puts it on their head. They just take the blanket and they just stick it on their head. They look like I got a hat.
Yeah, it's maybe 2 inches by 2 inches right now.
Cool.
It's just
Hey,
like
Flippy,
a
you want a
little
hat?
folded bit of
Give you the hat.
fabric. Yeah.
If you when you either of you pay attention to him, he is eating.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Except that he's not eating in the usual Chihuahua savagery. There's like a thoughtful, just like takes a small bite
Like,
and just
You're like using your
chews
hands.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank's like, that's weird.
I can I roll to notice this as well.
Go right ahead.
Okay,
Roll
that
for
was
notice.
a roll for notice. That was a 9.
9. I mean, it's right there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Senator Fluffington isn't doing anything to hide it, so just kind of sitting peacefully at the food, like taking a bite,
Not,
like considering things.
Shoving their face into
Yeah,
it.
like you've
Yeah.
seen Senator Fluffington around food and how you had to hold them back and them doing full on like swan dive from like counter height to get at stuff before.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I forgot I did that.
I have not.
Yeah, we are
like,
you are very used to Senator Fluffington being like food and immediately going buck wild. This Chihuahua has not been trained.
I bring out the
Like-
pillows and I just like I feel like I stop and I just look and I was like, did Senior Fluffington gain self-awareness while we were gone?
Oh, look at him. He's eating. They're like eating just like a little guy.
Yeah, it's very cute and like
Aw.
it's just like, oh, he's just a little guy. He's like eating politely.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
He learned a new trick.
He eats like a people. Oh,
Yeah,
Little
they are definitely. It is not difficult to tell that they are acting out of character. It does not
Yeah.
take much to observe the fact that they are there. Rolling a 1 would have been like, I'm too busy with the pillow fort.
the
But,
shittiest.
but beyond that, it's right there in front of you.
Hey, look, Thorn. Hat.
It's the folded blanket.
I just start laughing. I was like, here, let me let me undo that.
Starts unfolding and keeps unfolding and keeps unfolding and keeps unfolding, and it is a 10 by 10 blanket.
Whoa.
See, the fairyland is good for something.
It's like magic and shit. Is it
Yeah.
super warm or something? Or just like
Well-
light?
I like it. I like to think it's pretty warm.
All right, you guys should like lay down and get some sleep or shit. I'll have a smoke. I'll wake you up in a couple hours.
The one of the jars has pepper jelly in it. It's not just sweet stuff. But yeah, so you have breakfast provided to you by the aunties. And I'm guessing that at least Thorn will probably take the 10-hour recovery.
I will
I
do
think
that.
Senior Fluffington pretends not to,
And then
But
falls
then just-
asleep.
but then just lays down and falls asleep.
Okay.
He doesn't
okay.
curl up though.
Okay.
He's the thing.
Okay. That's odd.
Yeah.
Frank can get away without the 10-hour rest, but like they'll probably will do the sleep in shifts thing.
Okay.
So they'll wake up Rosa after like 5 hours of rest or so.
Okay. And do like leapfrog
And
like
then
that?
they'll- Yeah.
Okay. So by the time Senor Fluffington eventually like wakes up naturally, Thorn is at about the end of her watch. Vrak is asleep. It is 10 hours later, so it is probably about 5 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Thorn would be going in for the second 5 hours, because to do leapfrog with watches, that does put you at, like, having to do 20 hours of rest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we're killing time.
Okay. So you are up. It is 5 p.m. There's probably still some food left if you had wanted to eat as well.
I think, actually, I think Senior Fluffington's going to try to talk Thorn into letting Vrak continue resting and him taking that last 5 hours instead of making it an additional
10.
however long.
Yeah.
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 So when Senior Fluffington wakes up and sees Thorn's up, he'd be like, "You should rest. And don't bother them. They also need to rest."
But you need to rest too. It's important for you to sleep.
I just woke up. I've already had my mechanical 10 hours of sleep that I needed.
Which the dreams were kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Dreaming in fairy tale world is always a little strange. So the dreams were a little fuzzy.
Yeah. But don't worry about me. Go sleep.
Okay.
And then
If anything happens, wake us up.
we'll do.
Vrak, please roll odds or evens.
Uh-oh.
Let's do odds. It's odd.
Okay. Dreaming in fairy tale land is fuzzy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It has been a long time since you have slept in fairy tale land.
A real long time.
A really long time. And some part of you knows that it's strange to dream there, because your body is not from here, so it doesn't connect to the subconscious the same way. But you dream of the cave. You dream of loud voices, drinking and singing off key. You dream of cackling in the distance and cold, snowy winds. You dream of how you once did have a witch reach deep inside of who you were and to change it. Eventually, 5 hours later, they would wake from their finished rest. Were you doing anything while they were sleeping? What were you doing?
They read the daily ritual that we're supposed to do on the little thingies.
Okay.
This Senior Fluffington is taking this responsibility very seriously.
Yes, he is. So you water and do the little ritual saying an incantation, and they wake up gradually at about 10:30 at night, you having already done that in the evening sun.
And that's why I did it, because if we didn't, then the day would have been over and then we would have been fucked.
Okay, so everybody can go ahead and do their 10-hour recovery because you guys probably need it.
Yeah.
I actually am 1 point away
Nice.
from being full after
Yeah.
today's roll, because I rolled a 1.
Right.
Okay.
I rolled a 6,
Okay.
which will put me back up to
Got
full.
a-
Okay.
Oh man.
Good job. Good job.
I got a
Oh, I got my
4,
side
which
books back,
plus
actually.
1 is 5.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's
Cool.
bad. Yeah, by the time they come to fully,
Hmm.
um, they are tucked in, and all the pillows that were scattered around have been gathered, and they're like in a little pillow bed
Yeah,
Oh,
a little
Oh,
nest. Dogs know how to
Yeah.
nest.
And so your Fluffington is just sitting, just still in humanoid form, but just like properly sitting at the chair, just in a corner, just keeping an eye on everything.
For while you have been keeping watch, go ahead and give me an observation roll for if anything weird might have happened that you would have noticed.
You know what? Because I don't like to hold on to them, I'm gonna use the nat 20
oh,
that I had in store from
Okay.
last session. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
spend it now.
Okay. Of all things to spend your nat 20 on. Um, it's been fairly peaceful. It's been quiet. Um, Without the hag's influence, you are starting to hear, or you were starting to hear, wildlife starting to like return and be
Right.
present out in the various woods that surround this cliffside castle.
Mhm.
You also saw what seemed to be, after that second pass of ritual, the branches almost start to heal themselves further. The cracks, even on the pots, seem less. And you saw several buds just slowly start to form. And then over the course of that entire 5 hours, leaves. Maybe that big. So you like watching paint dry on a wall, saw them go over the course of 5 hours. But it is working. Unfortunately,
Cool.
that's all that a nat 20 will get you because that's all that happened.
Yeah, this is a game of chance. The more chance I get, the better for me. So I appreciate the nat 20s, but I like to gamble.
Hey. Yeah, so everybody is awake and moving around, and it's like 10:30 at night, and Senor Fluffington is just sitting in the chair, staring at the two laurels.
Just watching.
God. Now that sleep sucks here.
I don't know about you, but I slept really well.
Yeah, I slept good, but like, it's just weird here.
Mm-hmm.
Like your dreams, I don't know. Maybe because we're in a world made of dreams, the dreams that you have when you're here just kind of suck. Like they're good, but they feel weird. I don't know.
You
And
can
I just kind of,
really
I just
dream.
kind of like squint at Brack. I'm like, what are you talking about? What did you have a dream last night?
Yeah, you didn't?
Not really.
Oh,
Just kind of fuzzy
Mm-hmm.
motion and light. You don't remember it really.
yeah, it's like all the dreams here are like underwater or something. Like they're just kind of fuzzy. Like you don't really have the channel, but you're trying to watch it anyway, and it kind of cuts in and out. It's weird. Do you think
Yeah.
Fluffy's okay? They still look kind of like, you know,
Yeah. Something's different. Hey, good evening, Fluffy. I call out and I just kind of look up at the sky. I was like, well, morning's not quite the word I want to use.
Yeah, it's dark out.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Did anything happen while we were asleep?
Glen Grove.
Hmm? And I look and, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks
I
better.
did the ritual thing while you guys were asleep.
Oh,
Huh.
shit, I forgot that we were supposed to do that. Thank you
Yeah,
for...
me too. It's like what? It's 1 day left now. We did the ritual twice.
Mm,
Cool.
One left. Just tomorrow.
And then you can like stop burning through your sick days or whatever.
yeah. What What do you think is gonna happen when we finish the ritual?
I don't know, some magic shit.
Out of character, don't we know what happens when at the 3D mark? Or do we, I remember something about something, but I don't know if
You
it's in or
know,
out of character.
you know that some sort of higher power granted these trees to the prince that had managed to solve the 12 princesses mystery. And they were magical laurels that granted him wishes.
Yeah.
You don't know if it will grant you wishes. You don't know if it will allow you to speak to that higher power. It seemed that that higher power had been speaking to you when you were searching and had told you the phrase to say. But beyond that, you're not absolutely positive as to what the result will be. You just know that in paranoia of the power that the prince had been able to have over her with the aid of these laurels, the princess that he married had chopped them down and broken them. And you know that somehow connecting to them had caused the hag to be powerful, and she was trying in some fashion to maintain that connection for a reason. What that reason is, you never found out.
Whatever it is, it will restore order, so that's always a good thing.
Cool. And then once we're done, we can just like leave, right? We don't have to keep sitting here forever.
Well, I don't know. I imagine we probably need to set up some sort of protection for it, no? To make sure that the witch doesn't come back.
I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Roll intellect.
All of us?
All us?
Thorn, mostly.
Uh-oh.
She's the one that's the most familiar with the hag.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
still
not good at it.
traumatized. I'm still traumatized by the hag
Oh
because I wrote
no.
another 2.
You roll
Oh
it.
man.
Get different dice. That's like the third or fourth tonight.
We're firing on all cylinders. We're doing great.
We're
Maybe.
getting close to each other now. If you need to borrow some of my good dice, just say that.
Remember that
Borrow.
one session like a few weeks ago where all of us rolled like a nat 1 like repeatedly for the whole session? That's me right
Yeah.
now.
I don't have to do intrusions on you guys because you keep
We do them
rolling
ourselves.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have a nat 20 that was awarded to you
Oh.
from chat.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Thank you.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah. Thank you very much to the wonderful person that we will just say is in chat right now.
Oh, he's
Hi,
right,
by
he's
the way.
right
Yeah,
there.
I was being like hi. But yeah, so off screen friendo. But yes, so you do have that nat 20 if you wanted
Yes.
to attempt again. But
I will want to attempt again, yes.
okay. So are you going to redeem that or are you going to reroll?
I'm going to redeem that.
Okay. The hag is a death hag because the laurels had been destroyed because they were dead or dying is most likely why she was able to like create that connection and maintain that connection. If they are able to be restored, most likely she will not be able to connect in that fashion because where the hag's power reigns, things do not live. Her forest is not a living forest. The dark forest isn't living trees and vibrancy and plants. It is the scattered, ashy, dark husks of what had been. Like the bones left behind of a forest skeleton.
Every sentence just makes it worse.
Evil hag.
Fair. Fair enough.
Like
Those death magic.
Yeah, it's
That
death
seems
magic.
real bad.
Yeah, it's death magic. It's an evil hag. You'll find more about it in like throwback sessions. Haha. But yeah, so it's
Hint.
basically most likely if you guys manage to restore the laurels, that will probably prevent her from connecting to them. You don't know if it would prevent others of whatever this weird coven is from connecting, but it would. But yeah, so it's just kind of one of those things of you get the feeling that at least what you're doing will prevent the hag that you defeated from being able to come back and grab them. If you don't complete it, who knows?
I have a feeling we're probably going to want to stick around for this ritual.
Okay. I mean, finish it, right?
You just froze so hard, Alina.
Oh, cool. Am I moving now?
Yes.
Yes.
All we
Sweet.
heard was, I mean,
I was scared that it was my connection. for a
mean-
second.
Yeah.
No. I mean, we've already spent like a bunch of time just sitting here. We might as well finish it, right?
Yeah, it's just one more day.
I have no desire to go anywhere until this is done.
So, you guys are just gonna hang out for the rest of the evening and day, or
I have a question. I
Yes.
remember we were pulled here by some force, and I have forgotten whether dealing with the hag got rid of that pull or if there is something else that still has that pull over us.
so it was the champion's call that had called you here. All of you had been like, "Oh shit, we need to go handle this." When you are in the location of the call, while you will have a somewhat foreboding feeling, it's not the I need to go somewhere, there is something that needs to be handled. There's still the slightest sense of foreboding feeling, but it's not drastic, it's not deep, it's not urgent.
It's not pulling us anywhere else. We're
Not
here
currently.
dealing with it. Yeah.
I don't see the harm in exploring a little bit around.
Yeah. I mean, like one of us should probably stay here.
Oh,
but-
yeah.
I'll
This is
do it.
kind of our base camp for the moment. But I don't see the harm in exploring a little bit. I mean, who knows what we might find as well.
Yeah. How many more of those biscuits you got? Because like food would be good.
There's probably a couple left. There's not a lot, but there's a couple left.
Mhm.
You also know that the Cypher forest, while it has fruits and items that are technically ciphers, that is still also food.
Maybe we can figure out what's going on with that weird forest, or like, check out the docks, or
Yeah.
the princess's bedrooms. Who knows? Wherever you want to go.
Yeah. I was gonna go scrounge around in the castle. Like, there's
Yeah.
gotta be some good shit in there.
Okay. So you guys are going to go
Yeah.
exploring at night?
Not
Fluffy, are you?
Or are you waiting
parked
until
there?
daytime?
Sir Fluffington has specifically said that he volunteered to stay.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So are you going to explore overnight in the castle and find some way to light your way, or are you going to wait until daytime?
That would be the smart thing to do, wouldn't it?
It would be.
That is
Yeah.
entirely up to you guys. I don't know if I would consider what you have been behaving like thus far
Like smart.
the
No.
smart method.
No, I think the first thing Rack's gonna scrounge for is like a candelabra and some way to light it.
Okay. Joel, you were supposed to say
Question.
something? Yeah.
mechanical question.
Yeah.
I have been lighting that's my staff
Mhm.
with my magic, does it have to be with me for it to stay alive?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Because there is a glowing staff like just next to me.
It
Yeah.
is.
It isn't drift anymore,
Yeah.
by the way. It's just
Yeah.
static still.
Yeah. It's an effect of your hedge magic,
Yeah,
which is a subconscious reaction on your part.
gotcha.
So when it is no longer nearby, it would cease to be a subconscious reaction.
That makes sense.
Um, Observation question. Are there any like glow bugs or lightning bugs
Not
that
currently.
are in the garden? Okay. That was gonna be my suggestion, if there were.
Catching a bunch of lightning bugs.
Yeah, and just like, have them in a
Getting the
little
light your way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But would you believe your eyes though?
Probably not.
And how many are you able to call in a swarm? That sounds like a lot.
Maybe more than 10.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
Vrax's gonna scrounge
Candelabra
around
sounds
for
like
fire
that would be-
first.
Okay. So you are going to go attempt to find a candelabra. Not difficult.
Yep.
It would even have candles in it already. Give me a search check to try to find some way to light it.
19.
Very good. So in the kitchen near one of like the little servants' supply areas, you do find an old metal, like, I wouldn't really even call it a flint and steel. It's the ones that kind of look like tongs that make a spark.
Oh yeah, I need. Yeah.
You find one
Yep.
of those that you would be able to light the candles with. The wicks
Cool.
are very dry, so it is not difficult.
So boom, I make fire.
Yeah. And so you've got a candelabra of lit candles to like carry through an old castle that had been haunted by a death hag at night.
We are doing Crimson Peak so hard.
We're great. We're so great.
Amazing decisions, 100% perfect vibes all around. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys are both going to
We
go,
left
or
our
just
fighty
Rack?
werewolf in the yard.
So you're
I
both
think
going.
we should not split up.
Okay.
We should have yeah, absolutely. That is the worst
Okay.
decision I think
So-
we
Yeah,
could
let's
make.
So the
stick
elves
together.
are traversing the castle. What are you looking for?
I mean, you know the kind of stuff Rack's looking for. Shiny things, stuff I can get into trouble with,
Okay.
food.
You probably don't want
Anything
any food
neat?
that would currently be in the castle.
Probably not. No.
And Thorn is looking for anything that could potentially be a clue.
Okay. So
Whether
You're the
that be
smart one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether that be like an emblem or just something that just seems out of place.
Okay. So let's go ahead and have investigative search type checks
I
from
will
both
put an
of you.
effort on this. 13, but I put an effort on it.
Okay.
19.
19. All right, so you guys like check out the kitchens. They're about what you expect. You've already kind of been through them. You fairly quickly went down into the historical area, the archives. Exploring a little bit further on the main level, you also find what seems to be a heavily made, like iron banded, heavily made door that you could probably assume was probably their treasury. You see a variety of tapestries and beautiful decorations that have fallen to disuse. Each one is kind of difficult to make out in literal candlelight. In terms of clues, this first floor seems pretty barren of that. With that 19, though, you see what seems to almost be the flicker of shadow in the candlelight that when you tell Vrak to turn slightly seem to be almost shadow scarring on the wall from the entire castle having been filled with the hag's shadows previously. So they have left a mark in some fashion as well. Going up a level and exploring there are a variety of bedrooms and meeting rooms and offices on this floor. Within them, you would be able to also probably find some like old jewelry boxes for shiny objects for Vrak.
Nice.
You find what is probably the king's suite or master suite there. And there is an old, dusty book that is left open on what seems to be the armoire or kind of dresser desk that they've got in there that is hard to make out due to the fact that, again, it is covered in dust and you are seeing by candlelight in the middle of the night.
Yoink.
Yeah, dusty tome, yoink.
Yeah.
Big plume of dust. Seems to be a journal.
Interesting.
Huh? I look up because I'm like pilfering some gems or something. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, this looks like this might be a journal of some type. I can't
Cool.
really make it out in the candlelight, but it's interesting.
I mean, bring it outside. Fluffy's
Yeah.
got that like shiny thing.
True. Yeah. Yeah. I'll kind of carry it close to me as we continue
Okay.
exploring.
Yeah. For the most part, the castle is fairly abandoned. With a 19, you would probably be able to assist Vrak in like finding a couple of hidden servants' passages that allow you to also navigate further, but exploring the castle, you're not going to find a whole hell of a lot outside of the records room. And like in terms of valuables, moth-eaten velvet and silk gowns and wardrobes from people. No bodies, no skeletons or remains of whoever might have lived here. In some of the more well-to-do rooms, not the servants' quarters, but like the king's quarters and the princesses' rooms, there are the occasional like bookcase of a variety of what seems to be leisure reading for them. The only journal really that you find is the one that had been left open in the royal quarters.
Yeah. Whenever there's an especially dusty surface, Vrak will draw a dick and balls in the dust.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So there's just dicks all over the castle now.
Mm-hmm.
One of our commenters is Vrak is just a crow. Is there food?
Yeah.
Is there shiny?
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, Vrak is a crow.
They want the shinies.
Yeah. I would also want the shiny and the food. But yeah, that's pretty much all that you would be able to find searching around at night. While they are gone, it being the middle of the night and you being fully rested, is there anything that you are doing, Senor Fluffington?
I'm trying to make sense of this.
This, okay.
Whatever. Yeah, that whole thing.
Whatever's going on with you.
Give me an intellectual.
the crushing weight of self-awareness.
I'm gonna spend one of my Cyphers to reroll that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Ooh, fancy.
Well, it doubles the number.
But I'm assuming that double wasn't great.
It's 10.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's not bad. Oh, I don't know if this counts, but I'm also trained in magic artifacts and ciphers.
Okay.
Doesn't
I
it?
will throw you a message and send all of us on break. So don't forget to get up, stretch your legs, get yourself some water, and we will be back shortly. And Joel will have a essentially whispered message for what Senor Fluffington might have been able to figure out. But in the meantime, much love. We'll be back soon. Bye.
Bye.
Everybody's in the correct spot. Everybody's in the correct spot. Yay! Thank you,
We look
OBS, for not
good.
fucking up again. Alright, so once again, I am Evie, the Disaster GM. My pronouns are she, they, or any, and I am joined here by my fine, disastrous crew. And we are coming back in as probably morning dawns, with them, a couple of them having explored the abandoned castle while Senor Fluffington stood silent guard over the two laurels.
Yes.
So as you guys are coming back out after having explored, or you would be finished exploring for the most part, and can come out if you so choose.
Yeah, so as we're on our way out, Rack has like their pockets stuffed with random shiny things they found. They're like, so like when we leave, the shit we take here like disappears, right? Just goes back into the world. What if you hid it somewhere here, then you came back and got it? Could you keep it?
I mean, I don't think you could take it back to the real world, but I don't see why you couldn't take it with you through another part of fairy land.
Yeah,
Okay. So what we need to do is like hide it somewhere that we go back to a bunch.
Well, Thorn, you left your aunt's house.
Yeah.
With the bundle of stuff. Went
So
to the real world,
I'm
and when
just
you
like,
came back to Fairy Tale World, you were still holding it.
It's still there.
Yeah. So I explained this concept to Rack.
Okay. So if I leave holding it, I'll come back, I'll still have it. Right? Yeah? Cool.
Yes.
Okay. So how come my guitar comes with me? Like, that's fucking weird, right?
Well, wait, like, you don't always have your guitar with you, like in the real world?
I mean, I kind of always do, yeah.
I guess that's fair. Never thought of it that way. And you just see,
That's weird.
like, Thorn just kind of, she's like, huh, how does that work? Do you just have two guitars? Like, there's like a fantasy guitar and then like a real world guitar that looks exactly like the one in the fantasy world? Like, how does that work?
Maybe.
Intellect roll. Because I have come up with an in-game reason for this.
Nice.
18.
18. Many musicians consider their instrument to be an extension of themselves. So therefore,
Right.
because it is so closely associated with who Sev is as a person, Sev brings it through as an extension of themselves and is able to utilize it in a magical fashion even here because of the way that Fairy Tale works. But it's just that the guitar not having a mind and like thought process doesn't change because it doesn't have a it does not have a fairy tale to imprint upon it. So it's basically just like, well, it's an inanimate object, so it can't change itself the way that we change ourselves when we come through. But it's still an extension of who Sev is, probably, because Sev is a musician. Musicians, like, see
Right.
their instruments as part of themselves.
Right,
so
right.
it's probably just that it, like, gets dragged through accidentally.
Because Sev just expects it to be there, and that, like their arm would be there, and they just the magic makes that happen.
Yeah. That's the best that you can figure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're chatting about like the mechanics of this as we like rejoin Senor Fluffington. Huh. So because like I think it should be there, then it's there, right? Is what you're saying? That's cool.
Yeah, it's like because it's like part of you, but like metaphorically, but physically.
That's actually weirdly reassuring. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rad.
It's a beautiful dawn Beautiful sunrise and morning. You did not find any food.
I don't think we would have wanted to eat anything
No.
that was in
Fluffy, are
there.
you okay? Like you want to go for a walk or something?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Are you feeling any better?
I don't, I don't know that I felt bad in the first place necessarily. Just different.
Like different good or different bad?
Like different.
Hmm.
Well, at least it's not different bad.
I don't know. Did you two find anything in the castle?
Hell yeah, I did. Take out handfuls of like just random necklaces and sparkly things.
Oh, I found a journal, but I guess now the sun's coming up, I can actually read it now.
Hmm?
Yeah, yeah. And then once the sun's fully up, we can do the ritual and get the hell out of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
Cool, 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 cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
ampersands. Um,
Ooh, so many
Oh,
ampersands.
yeah,
It's
all of them.
all of them.
that's
Yeah,
a,
all
that's
of
more
them.
than 10.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. But yeah, so as you flip through the journal, which wants to open to that page that it had just been laying out open on for who knows how many years, you're looking through it, and it seems to be the diary or journal of someone, as I previously mentioned. Skimming through, it's the journal of the last king, the prince that had solved the princess mystery, the 12 princesses mystery, and married the youngest princess. Seems to be his journal.
And then it was his wife that chopped the laurel down and
Yes.
started this whole thing.
Yes.
Cool.
So
Interesting.
you get hints of memories of the sheep fields and
Mhm.
missing the feel of cotton fleece between his fingers, but that he still wouldn't give that up for, or he still wouldn't give up what he's earned since. There seem to be pages of soliloquy on the merits and love that he had for the princess, his queen. What exactly in the journal are you searching for?
Um, I want to know if he wrote about the Laurel incident,
That is the page
or
that the journal was open to.
yes, I want to see what his perspective or what possible consequence has happened.
The page that it was open to is when he discovered that she had chopped them down, which was maybe a couple weeks afterwards because he hadn't been visiting them. But he had noticed that there seemed to be strange feelings throughout the castle, that the illusion that had hidden the magical forest that laid beyond was starting to disappear, and had brought it up with his wife because he was concerned. She did not know why, but over several days, he gradually discovered more and more strange things happening, and eventually, the clothing that he had initially worn to track them, essentially, to the other castle had disappeared from his closet, and he wanted to know why. And she eventually made the connection that since she had destroyed the laurels, most likely the items that it had given him when he wished for them were now gone because they had lost their power. So, in checking, he also found that where he had stored the blanket, the cloak that he used to hide himself and make himself invisible, was also gone. And there's pages almost of fighting internally with himself, of how she had done that without consulting him and how he wasn't sure how to feel about it, but he eventually seemed to come to the conclusion that if she felt safer that way, he was okay with it. But it ended with the note of, but it makes me fear for what else is resulting. And all of the pages after that are blank.
He was right to fear.
Yeah, sounds like.
Was there any explanation to why the queen did this?
Yeah, she had told him, as was also expressed in the histories that you found, that she was somewhat jealous, but also mostly afraid of the amount of power that he could hold over her with the power of these laurels. So basically, to bring them a little bit more even in their abilities and powers and make sure that he couldn't use them against her, she chopped them down in a fit of anxiety, essentially.
You know, in some way, I almost feel sorry for the queen.
Yeah, right? You definitely don't want to like live alone in a castle with somebody who's got magical powers over you. That would fucking suck.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's just like it sucks to think that she was doing it for her own safety, but then she doomed all the castle. That sucks.
I mean, as far as I found, basically all of the stories in here go wrong after a while, so like kind of inevitable, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, like they say happily and ever after and shit, but like most of the stories I've come across are all like, yeah, and then everyone died because like evil or fucking shadows or death witches or whatever, right?
Right.
I mean, is that really any different than the world we come from? Everybody dies eventually anyway.
Yeah, but you die a lot weirder on this side of things.
And just point of order, like Thorn is very disturbed by the fact that Fluffy's like, well, we're all gonna die anyway, right?
This dog is
Valid.
having like a crisis as like also mortality. I
He's
understand
also
it now.
talking.
Self-awareness and mortality are two things that he should not have.
Yeah, he's talking in a lot more constructed,
Mm-hmm.
thoughtful way than he normally does.
That's weird. I don't notice.
Of course not.
I don't think I would call it out, but it's just like in the back of my mind, I'm just like, that's concerning.
I'm just surfing on that nat one I got earlier. Rack is not picking up on anything.
Yeah.
I guess you're right, though. I guess happy endings aren't always guaranteed, huh?
I mean, I've basically never seen one.
And yeah, Thorn just kind of hums to herself.
And Thorn, from your few adventures away from the sanctuary woods, you would know that you have encountered some hints of other minor fairy tales that seemed to have still held true. So while there are occasionally consequences for events that happened in the stories, it's not necessarily that all of
Always.
them turn sour. You haven't found the common thread that causes the ones that you've been called to turn sour. But
Interesting.
kind of riding on the high rolls that you've had thus far for how things seem to work, it would make sense that you guys are specifically called to the ones that are going wrong. Because you have to fix something
wasn't going
that
wrong,
has gone wrong.
we wouldn't be there.
Yeah. So you are going to have a very skewed view on things while you
It's
are
very true.
champions. At least when you respond to the calling. If Thorn is self-aware and articulate enough to be able to explain that to Vrack is entirely up to you.
I don't know if she's necessarily articulate enough, but I think that she knows enough about other fairy tales that she could probably piece it together.
Yeah.
Or at least ramble her way into piecing it together. Is what how I feel like she would explain it. And she goes,
Right.
well, I mean, first off, we're all champions, so we have to like fix what went wrong, which means inevitably that, you know, maybe it's not always bad, and you know, maybe some of them do end up well, and just this time something happened that made it not turn out well, and we have to go and fix that. Like, and as she's talking, I feel like she's trying to more convincing herself that it's not always doom and gloom.
Brack just raises a very skeptical eyebrow and is like, I mean, you keep telling yourself that.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Completely matches with those personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we gonna do this ritual or what? Like, sun's up, right? We gotta do it every day? It's 3 days.
Yeah. Today's day 3. Let's get to it.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I'll do it.
So you proceed to gather some water in the watering can and water both of them. You rake over the soil with the small golden rake, and then you clean and wipe down the various portions of the 2 laurel saplings now. They are saplings as you continue through this, saying your ritual incantation as you do. And watching from further away, you guys see the change more drastically than being right up close to it. Because Senor Fluffington has been watching it and just seeing the gradual changes, so it seems more stark to the other 2 as you watch Senor Fluffington very gently and carefully tend to the 2 laurels. Their pots are repaired. What had been breaks and chops in the small trunks of the trees are now just branching out, healed over. And as Senor Fluffington finishes the incantation, leaves bloom, and then more leaves. And it grows and grows to maybe 10 feet tall each. Around you, you see as the garden begins to come to life as well. Cracks in the walls fill in. Birdsong erupts, and butterflies and bees and various other animals that you would expect to be in a healthy, thriving place of nature are around. The 2 laurels almost seem to glitter. Do you have anything that you want to do with them?
Looks like we fixed this? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I want to see if I can commune with like some of the birds.
Okay.
Specifically, I'm curious to see like where did they go this entire time? If that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
So, you're using which ability?
Let's see. Well, I guess technically I'd be using Master's one of the influence swarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because eventually there is, for some of the focuses, the ability to see through and communicate with them. I think
Yeah.
in general for the Masters of the Swarm, it's that you can summon them to you to do your bidding, and that to an extent you can understand them.
Okay.
So you
Yeah, I
call
don't think I have.
several of the songbirds
Yeah.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want. Oh,
Make
that's Oh yeah, action to initiate.
yeah, action to initiate. Make an interaction roll, just to see how many you gather.
8.
8. So you get probably a good 3 or 4 to come alight nearby. Noticeably, none of them seem to perch in the trees, but they'll perch on the garden walls around you and on some of the very rapidly growing and blooming bushes. It even seems to be like some berry bushes, and you're in technically the floral part of the gardens, so you see a variety of flowers starting to bloom up as well. They tilt their heads and look at you curiously. A couple of them chirp. And so you're just directly asking where they've been?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, from their perspective, what happened to make them go away?
They were just away. You know that birds probably don't live long enough to where these were alive when the
What?
castle went defunct.
So then, my next question is, then what brought you back?
It smelled
How
sweet,
did
like
it
safety.
smelled sweet, like safety? I turned to the others. They say it smells like safety. That's a good thing.
Guess we fixed the magic or something. I don't know.
You hear in the vague distance, not too far away, one of the garden fountains start up.
Oh, this is like such bullshit. We're just like the janitors of Fairyland. We come, we clean up the shit that happened, and when it's fixed, we leave. We don't even get paid.
Well, I don't know about that. You did take a lot of stuff from the castle.
Yeah, because I'm not getting paid. It's not gonna help me in the real world, but like I might as well get something out of this deal, right?
Right, right.
I'm gonna try to see if I can hear the plants again.
It's not necessarily a voice, but you do hear humming of some kind. Go ahead and roll for observation.
I don't know if it helps, but I am trained in herbology. And this is a
Oh,
plant.
right. I forgot. You're our little Chihuahua witch.
Nope. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna re-roll that. Why not?
Okay. And you also have a nat 20 from chat.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I'll use that then.
Oh wow.
Okay. With the nat 20, yes, you would hear them. There's a slight hum to them. It's not necessarily words. It seems content. And just like the birds, you get this sense of safety and a sweet scent to the air.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's mostly contentment.
I want to make a wish.
At the tree?
Yes.
Alright, do you pick the left or the right?
I'm a lefty, so we're going left.
Okay. So you walk up, and do you remember how it was said that the prince asked for his wishes?
No, not out of character anyway. I don't know. I don't think my character remembers either. To be fair.
Roll intellect.
Yes.
I want the dog to get a wish.
I'm gonna put a level of effort into this.
Okay.
And I don't know if it works, if it counts, but I am trained in magic artifacts and ciphers.
That does help.
Cool. 16.
Very good. With my golden rake, I have raked you. With my golden pot, I have watered you. And with my golden rag, I have wiped you. Laurel, please provide me with, or Laurel, please, and then whatever it is that you're wishing.
Cool. I think because it is in character. I think Senor Fluffington will wish for this plant to use whatever power it has to maintain the peace of this region.
Oh.
Okay.
You're such a good boy.
Not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna wish for
dog.
like I thought you were gonna wish for like a big like pork chop or something.
I thought you were gonna wish to know who you are.
No.
Because that's thematic.
So as you approach the laurel to the left, you speak to it. Laurel, with my golden rake I have raked you, with my golden pot I have wiped you, with my golden, or I have watered you, with my golden rag I have watered you. Please, Laurel, use your power to protect and watch over this area. As the two of you watch on, still observing just all of the changes, and you, Senor Fluffington, walking up and making a wish at the two wishing trees that you guys have now grown, lights seem to spark and lift from it, almost like a swarm of fireflies lifting through the air, but instead...
I don't think I've blinked my eyes.
Cute. But instead spreading out in a spray and then a dome, seeming to settle on the various surfaces around you. And
Interesting.
because of looking around to watch this happen, it takes you a moment before you notice a figure seeming to hover above the two grown laurels. She is glowing with some sort of light, flowing robes of some kind, long micro-braided hair. And she just smiles. watching over you. But you, for the moment at least, have the attention of the force that has provided this connection to the world.
I think for the first time since, well, yesterday, Senior Fluffington is just going to smile and just say, thank you. That would make me feel much better about going elsewhere. Are you do just kind of gesture?
The two of you are just like standing back, staring.
Yeah,
I just kind of I leaned over to Vrack. I was like, dude, I think that's God.
I don't know. Not like the god, but
Like
something
like-
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah. Did the magic just affect this garden, or did it affect the whole castle?
You couldn't see. It spread far and wide, but from your current
Okay.
perspective, while it did touch the castle, you don't know how far beyond it went.
Yeah, I mean, like that looks like some like good fairy or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think those existed, to be honest.
You met
You
three
should
of them.
try. You should try to make a wish.
God, all my wishes would be really fucking stupid. But maybe check your DMs. Out of character.
I
don't
wish for you
see
to check your
anything
DM.
I don't see anything in my DMs. Did you not press send, or did you only send it to
No, I didn't.
Amanda?
It wasn't your DMs I was sliding
Okay.
into.
Okay.
Alina had a really good idea that would never occur to Vrack in a million years.
Valid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, whose DMs are you looking at?
I'm pretty sure that
Right?
that was Alina telling Amanda to look at Amanda's DMs.
Ah,
Yes.
there we go.
Cool. I was worried I messaged somebody else.
This is a random person just gets a, hey, this idea for the wish.
Mm-hmm.
Just like weird fairy shit, and they're like, hello?
It also,
Um,
to be fair,
I,
I think kind of fit with you normally.
I
anyway.
approach the figure, and I say the words from the ritual, like, with this rake I raked you, with the pot I've watered you, etc.
Oh.
Laurel, this time I'll go with the right side.
Okay.
Yeah, because we used the one. There's another one.
Yeah, there's another one. Laurel, please grant us protection from the hag's power.
The figure seems to tilt her head in consideration. And then what slowly seems to almost grow like fruit from the branches and then drop to the ground are 3 bracelets that are patterned with laurel leaves in alternating silver and gold.
Thank you, Laurel. I take it and I give one to Vrack, give one to Fluffington.
I put it
Shit,
on
that
easy.
was really smart.
I was just like, good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea, me, that I can't do that.
But as you make your second wish, she just kind of nods her head once more and then fades slowly away.
And she's like fading away. I'm like, yo, I'm here too. Bye.
I've got so many questions about what just happened.
On each of your sheets, please mark artifact level 7.
What?
Level 7.
Yeah. Bracelet of protection against the coven. This provides 3 points of armor when in
And facing the
combat.
cover.
Yeah, when in combat specifically against the hags from the coven. It also cures you of your current affliction.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wait, we have a current affliction?
Yes.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I do.
Affliction?
Technically.
Cool, cool.
No, like all 3 of you were currently cursed by the shadow scars,
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
and you had your hair stolen by one of the hags.
Oh, that was a really good idea then. Go me.
Oh,
Man, if,
So-
if only I was playing a smarter character that could have asked for something actually useful instead of.
No,
everything
you
else.
asked for something really useful, actually. Like,
Yeah,
this is
you-
what we're
Yeah.
supposed to use these powers
Yeah.
for.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Laurels are now also both alive and protecting themselves against being affected by the other hags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the death had access to this power for an indeterminate period of time.
That seems bad.
Yes.
That seems very bad, actually.
Yes. But great idea, Thorn. I am
Yep, good
actually
job,
going
Amanda.
to give all 3 of you an experience point
Ooh.
for having
Ooh,
made your wishes
fancy.
and made very responsible wishes.
For not being. Vrac would have wasted that on the stupidest shit.
I was
fully-
going to use my wish on something different, but I'm glad I got your DM in time.
I fully expected Vrac to ask to be changed.
Oh no, that's what they would have used it on.
Mhm.
Which would have been bad, probably.
I love that.
gonna.
I love that from
Funnily
Sage. I
enough-
wish taco truck.
Yes, that
You
was their
guys are
second wish.
hungry.
Funnily enough, I was going to wish. I was like, whatever was stolen from Vrac, I want it back.
Oh,
I was going to wish that, but that
Yeah,
Aw.
10 years of their life. Well, only 2 in Fairyland.
would that have
Mhm.
actually made you back into a young teenager?
Don't know, maybe.
It might have. That
That would have
exact
made them
phrasing.
so much worse.
That exact phrasing might have like turned you into
Just
a young
pop me back
teenager whenever
To
you
being
come
a
to the fairy
really
tale land.
shitty 15-year-old.
Like it wouldn't affect the real world, but when you come
No, but
here,
in Fairyland.
oh my god, that would be hilarious.
That's
But yeah,
much
that
worse than their
wish-
wish would have been.
Yeah,
That's
that
much worse than their wish
yeah.
would have been.
yeah,
I'm so glad I didn't say that.
yeah,
Oh god.
that
I
that
kind of
wish
wish you had. That would be
was
amazing.
not made. Your 2 wishes, one from each of the laurels, were both responsibly done. That's why you got experience points as a reward for that. But yeah, looking around, you are now in a completely healthy, well-grown series of walled gardens. Birds are chirping, bees, butterflies, everything fluttering around, all nice and peaceful. The foreboding feeling is now completely gone. Even looking back at the castle, the damage that seemed to have just been from, age and time seems to have disappeared.
All right. You did it.
I guess we did it. So, I don't know. We can bounce?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. You got like work and shit, right? Just want
Oh.
to check in with my band.
I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm
I should probably do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you know that you weren't on a bender this whole time.
Yeah, no, I was just shacked up with you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Cool. They're not gonna lie, they really think I'm like strung out and shit, because like, I'm twitchy and I see shit in mirrors. So if I disappear for a couple days in the real world, just like check, I don't know, like addiction
Yeah.
centers or something, I might be there.
Okay.
Because I'm not fucking on anything right now except for all of this bullshit.
And you guys did exchange cell phone numbers the last time that you were both present at the same location.
You know
in
where
the
I
real
live
world.
now.
Yeah.
I broke into your house.
Yeah.
I think you didn't break in. I think you went
No.
through the bathroom window.
I appeared in a
bathroom
mirror in your
bathroom
house.
mirror.
It's kind of like breaking in. I didn't have the key.
Sorta.
Yeah.
You didn't break in. You're
I
much
can't
too
wait for like the
talented for
day that Senior Fluffington somehow abuses that mechanic.
Oh my god,
Just
yes. Honestly, he would abuse it in some really cute way. Like, Vrac would just wake up and they'd be in their bed, just like curled up at their feet.
All right.
It'd be very cute.
Well, we'll say that you guys go back inside to find an appropriate reflective surface to theoretically go back home. Senior Fluffington?
Before we leave, I think I would let everybody trill out of the area, but I would like to use my hedge magic to sort of leave, I guess, a warning to any potential ne'er-do-wells that says essentially this place is guarded by Thorn, Vrac, and Juan, and just leave that somewhere visible.
Okay.
Wait, one?
Yep. Like carved
Not
into
Senor
a wall
Fluffington?
nearby, maybe, because there are a variety of garden
Yeah, maybe
walls.
like out of vines in the wall, so it still fits with the vibe. Just
Okay.
kind of druidcraft that shit, but legally distinct.
I'll let you do that. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Then yeah, and then I'll rejoin everybody, and we'll go through the mirror.
Okay.
Yay!
We'll also say that as you are finding a reflective surface in the castle, you can tell that, like, seemingly all of the tapestries and rugs and everything have also repaired themselves from time. There's still no one living here, but it is very obvious that everything in here has been affected by this blooming of the trees. And looking out the window, seems like you're just looking out on a lake. Like, you can't see the Cypher forest anymore. But
Interesting.
I'll nudge Thorn in the ribs and be like, hey, if we ever need like a safe place to hole up, maybe? It's got
I
beds.
think so.
Yeah.
It's got 12 of them.
Cool.
a lot of them. But yeah, so you guys find your reflective surfaces and spin your way back to the real world, and that is where we will call it for the night. Good job, guys.
Woo!
Yeah. And don't forget that, as I told you before, this session would mark your second advancement.
Oh
towards
shit!
the
I don't remember you saying that. Awesome.
Yeah. So you guys should be at 2 advancements. Thank
Hey,
you
what?
very much for the Prime subscription, by the way. But yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're now 2 advancements towards your second tier. Good job. And you also have experience to utilize as needed later on. But
Boosting our powers and stuff.
yeah, and some very powerful artifacts that are now in your possession and fairly useful for whatever adventures you may
Thorn's so smart.
undergo. Yeah. But yes, and from our Moonbeam chat, MLIS Revenge is just like, I want one of those bracelets. Merch idea. As the only one of us that, like, makes custom merch and stuff, Alina, you could. But yes,
Floral bracelets.
yeah, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. With, like, 3 little charms of the 3 characters on it. That would be really cute.
Little,
Just like our little icons. One's a guitar, one's
one's like a little bow and arrow, or maybe a bug at this point.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then a chihuahua.
very
An
cute.
entire chihuahua.
All right. Well, speaking of merch and advertisement type stuff, let's go ahead and go back through our like who we are, where you can find us, other things that we might be doing, ways that you can catch us, and we'll end for the night. Starting with Amanda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda, aka Panda Cabra. Use she, her pronouns. I have been Rosa and Thorn, both of them with she, her. Yeah, it's been really fun. You can find me over on Blue Sky most often nowadays at Panda Cabra Blue Sky Social. Um, every other Friday, I'm here as part of the Fairy Tale Fridays. And every other Sunday, I am also a member of Empyrean Wilds, which is also here on Altered Echo Archives. Yeah, so feel free to come stop by, say hello. Feel free to just say hi, do stuff. I'm just here.
Very cool.
I
Also,
don't really have much else going on besides that. So
also Panda does the occasional like production type thing,
Mhm.
so don't be afraid to hire her if you are looking for assistance in that field for your own
I do.
streams.
I also do tech work. I have done layout designs as well. So yeah.
Fun
Links
fact.
obviously are in chat and description.
Fun fact, that's actually how I met Amanda in the first place. She was
Oh
doing
yeah,
a
Cool.
true.
chat for
Yeah,
TTRPG.
yeah,
Oh, rad.
Yeah.
yeah,
Very cool, yeah. Because I hooked up with Amanda as a player through Joel, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. We knew each other through my old tech work. So
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
very
Cool.
cool,
So
very
I
cool,
can confirm she's very good at it.
thank you.
very cool,
Nice.
very cool. All right, Joel.
Well, hi, I've been Joel. Well, I've been Singer Fluffington. I have always been Joel, and will continue to be Joel for the foreseeable future. You can find me here every other Friday playing Singer Fluffington, and it's fun. Oh, having a lot of fun playing this character, and I can't wait to play some more. And then every other Sunday, you can also find me also here playing. Say, I was going to say Senior Fluffington again. Bao Midforge, who is coming clean next session. So there's a lot of character lore jumps for my characters in these couple of
I'm
sessions.
here
It's
for
gonna be
it.
a long
I love it.
time. Outside of here, well, I'm also staff at Altered Echo Archives, so supporting us here always also supports me. Thank you for that. If you would like to support me more directly, I have my library of finished stories and also works in progress over on my Patreon. I have a coffee that I don't use because it doesn't have as much organization as Patreon does. Um, I also have a throne. You can find me in all of those as Joel writes. I don't actually have social media, but if you want to keep on top of anything that I do, join the AA, the Alter Echo Archives Discord server, where I sometimes remember to post about what I do. Thank you.
Discord link in chat or description.
Discord link in chat description.
All right, Alina, our wonderful artist.
Hey, everybody. It is me, Emelina. I have been playing Sev/Vrac, for all they, them. You can find me online. I'm at Alina Pete on Blue Sky. You can go to alinaplete.com and look at all the stuff I've done. Big announcements. I'm here every other Friday as Sevrak and every other Sunday playing Kale, our tea shop owner in Empyrean Wilds, which has been a ton of fun. Former tea shop owner, current dragon. Just great. I love that for me. In real life, I will be doing a TED at the beginning of next month. So May, if you are in the Vancouver Island area,
Hold on just
check
a
out that
second.
link
We're
that I just
having
dropped into
connection
the chat.
issues.
You can see what all the various speakers. There's going to be some really cool speakers. And if you're not in the area, it should be posted on the TEDx site for like mid-May. I'll keep watching here. I'll talk about it. I'll drop the links. But I'm very excited.
Sorry if you guys missed any of that. I was having a little bit of a connectivity issue. I think it was coming through because I could still hear you, but you were frozen and the other two were not visible for a moment
That's
there. But should still have come through audio wise. And links are in chat for the TED Talk, which is still so fucking cool.
It's the coolest shit ever.
But yeah,
I posted a link over on Moonbeam as well, so they should be seeing that over
sweet.
there.
Thank you, Panda.
Thank you.
But yeah, very, very cool. Love my players. You guys are all amazing. I am Evie, Disaster GM. I am the director of Alter Deco Archives and our current primary GM for both this campaign and our other Empyrean Wilds, which is a sequel campaign to our finished one called Empyrean Rising. It is also a Cypher system game set in the homebrew world of Pendula, where magic rises and falls with the different eons that happen. Currently, our wonderful little group is gathering and starting to build steam towards what their adventure may be, and starting to kind of get to know their two newer crew members, along with the totally not traumatizing events for the pre-established characters. None whatsoever. It's all fine.
Great. We're so good.
Yeah. So that will not be this Sunday. It will be a week from this Sunday because we have alternating weeks for which game runs. However, if you would like to see me again this weekend, I will be in the premiere and short run, several months run, of Fusca's new game. It's going to be airing, I believe, tomorrow night at maybe 8:30 Eastern. I don't know the exact time, but subscribe to their to the Fusca channel, which is linked in the Twitch chat, because it is a Twitch channel. To come see us. Amazing crew, love the people over there, and Foo's got some really, really great players this time around, so I'm really excited for it. But yeah, so I'll be playing instead of running that game, so you'll get to see what I'm like as a player.
Amazing.
However, other than that, if you want to check out anything that I do and or chat with me in any fashion, join our Discord. That's where I'm mostly active. Or check out the Archives realm on Moonbeam, which is also where I kind of hang out a little bit. So very cool. You're actually gonna join? You're finally gonna join. Awesome. Very cool. Speaking of which, we will probably run this as a complete stream as a rerun on Moonbeam because of the connectivity issues that I was having with Moonbeam. Hopefully this also went to YouTube. We'll find out. But until next time, I'll either see you on Fusca's channel tomorrow, or we'll see you in just over a week for Empyrean Wilds. But we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.